In today's video, I want to take a look at some pretty interesting comments made by the developer of Quantum Error and Team Kill. They have shut down reports of the game struggling to achieve 4K and 60 FPS on the PlayStation 5, so it does seem like in the case of this game, it will be running at 4K 60 FPS. Some drama has been going on in regards to the PlayStation 5's power and things of that nature. We'll go over that bit of news, and on top of that, I do want to talk about the side-scrolling action platformer in Fallen Knight. This is a game right up my alley. Think Mega Man Zero and think something like that, and you guys know that I'm going to be all over that. Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory's release date may have just been leaked, and I want to go over a couple of deals that are rather good if you're looking to extend your PlayStation 4 storage. This is important, not PS5 storage, PS4 storage. Best Buy's got a really good deal on something, and then Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition, always a great pickup. Pretty cheap on PlayStation 4 over at Best Buy right now, so we'll go over that at the end of this video. But first of all, Quantum Error developer shuts down reports of the game struggling to achieve 4K and 60 FPS. So there was a lot of news going around about the PlayStation 5 possibly not being able to maintain 4K. 60 FPS on all games at 4K I think is going to be a bit of a struggle. I don't think it's going to be feasible in every game. I think there's going to be instances where there are games that are going to have performance modes, there's going to be games that are going to have graphics modes, and I don't think 8K is going to happen, but I do think 4K 60 FPS is going to be possible in certain games, and it looks like Quantum Error is going to be one of those games. As somebody tweeted at the Quantum Error developers and noted, Quantum Error, a corridor shooter, is struggling to get 4K 30 on PS5. It's trying to get 4K, which means a downgrade, etc., to optimize to run on PS5. That is just not true, and Team Kill clarified, not sure where this quote comes from, but it didn't come from us. Quantum Error currently is running at 4K 65 to 70 FPS unoptimized. We will be hitting our goal of 4K 60 FPS, and there will be much more than just corridors. Quantum Error is being built for the PlayStation 5 and will be scaled back for the PlayStation 4, so not the other way around. But I wonder how things like that occurred. Like, while you're developing the game, are you still thinking about the PlayStation 4 version being a real thing? I do know a lot of cases where PlayStation 4 games are developed and then the next generation version is scaled up. This is probably more beneficial to next-gen consumers where a game is being scaled back. I don't know ultimately what that means for the PlayStation 4 version. Probably means that that might run at 30 FPS. But now that you have PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro, and PlayStation 5, that gets the waters a little bit murky. I've always said that 4K is probably gonna be possible. I just think people expecting 4K 60 FPS on every game, that notion is just a little bit unbelievable. I have a relatively high-end PC, and I know how difficult it is to run 4K 60 FPS. Even if you're doing crazy optimization on the PlayStation 5, 4K 60 FPS is just super hard to achieve on a lot of high-end games. I'm not talking about, you know, a racing game like a Forza Motorsport or even a Gran Turismo, but then when you start looking at games like, I'm sure God of War 2 is going to be happening, and that game is definitely going to push the boundary of the PlayStation 5. Is that game going to be able to hit 4K 60 FPS? Maybe with the performance mode? And if it does hit 4K 60 FPS, that's great, but I do think people should be prepared to see some games run at 4K 30 FPS, not necessarily 4K 60 FPS, and we've even been told Demon's Souls Remake is going to have a performance mode and a graphics mode. Ultimately, what does that mean? We haven't been clarified on the exact specifics, but you would think the performance mode is going to push for that higher 60 FPS, while the other mode is going to try to achieve the best graphical fidelity possible. We'll see how everything ultimately shakes out, but at the very least, the majority of games at least hitting 4K should be a regular thing. Whether it be 60 or 30 FPS, that still remains to be seen, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Would you rather games look better at 30 FPS, or would you rather sacrifice a little bit of the visuals and go with 60 frames per second if you guys are familiar with the difference? I kind of want to get to that point where every game is 60 FPS, or at least give me the option to downgrade the graphics a little bit and get 60 FPS, although I might even be of the camp that would end up going the graphical route. But it is a case-by-case basis where you do have to assess the gameplay experience a game is offering. Nevertheless, definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on that in the comment section down below. Next up, side-scrolling action platformer Fallen Knight is coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC in Q1 of 2021. This is a game that I had no idea about. I did not know what it was, but then news came out about it. It was a game that was released on Apple Arcade back in October of 2019, and now we'll be making the transition to the PS4 next year. This game, total vibes of Mega Man Zero. I mean, I say Mega Man Zero because you're sword fighting, but man, this is as close to Mega Man as you're gonna get without it being Mega Man. From the visual style, just the gameplay, the bosses, very similar and very reminiscent of a Mega Man style of experience. It will be coming to PS4, Xbox One, Steam, and Nintendo Switch as well if you want it on a different platform. It notes that it's a futuristic knight's tale that lets players play as a descendant of the great Lancelot in King Arthur's tale. Players will take on the role of Lancelot the 49th in a futuristic setting, facing off against 6 unique enemy heroes with a dark past of their own. Expect a Dark Souls-esque challenging experience coupled with a fast-paced sword action gameplay that will punish players for every little mistake and reward generously with every victory. Nostalgia-fueled platforming. Enjoy nostalgia-fueled gameplay that players have come to know and love, but with a unique parry and disarm system. As a Knight of the Round Table, killing should be a last resort. Disarm your enemies and parry their attacks as you clear level after level in intense boss battles. Take on colossal bosses who stand in your way from protecting the information you're sworn to guard. Each boss holds their own challenge, their own puzzle to overcome. Are you up to the challenge and live up to your reputation as a Knight of the Round Table? So obviously, it doesn't have the cyber-esque setting of a Mega Man. Instead, it's going a different route, but man, just seeing this game in motion, it screams Mega Man to me, but that is absolutely not a bad thing. I love Mega Man, I love me the Blue Bomber, I love me Azure Striker Gunvolt, so if we get more games like that, I'm all on board with it. And if they are implementing different things, which this game is looking to do with a unique parry and disarm system, and not putting the emphasis on actually killing, I think this could be a rather interesting release. It'll be coming to PS4 again early next year. Next up, Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memories is scheduled to release later this year, and it does look like the game might be coming on November 13th. Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory for Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One might come on that date. News comes by way of Austrian gaming retailer Gameware in a listing first spotted by Twitter user So Ethereal. And a quick scan of the retailer's page shows that the listing hasn't been removed since earlier today, and it isn't immediately clear on how long the listing has had its release date, but November 13th was the date. As always, there's plenty of reason to be skeptical on it, but I did want to bring that information to you guys. This is obviously the Music Rhythm Kingdom Hearts title, so not generally your continuation of Kingdom Hearts as some of you guys may have wanted, but KH3 is still relatively recent, coming out in January of 2019. The DLC is even more recent, so I don't think this is all the worst if we're getting a spin-off title with some good music. Something like this could be pretty cool to actually play. Lastly, I do want to hit you guys with some pretty good deals. If you're looking to extend your PlayStation 4 storage, and again, the imperative is your PlayStation 4 storage, Western Digital Easy Store 2TB external USB 3.0 portable hard drive is down to $55. That is $55 off from its initial $110 price tag over at Best Buy. 2 terabytes of storage space. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is going to take up about all of that, but then you'll get the 500 gigabytes you have on your base PlayStation 4, and you can utilize that. That's obviously a joke, but Modern Warfare these days is huge. $55 for that is pretty good. And lastly, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition is down to $17 over on Best Buy as well. Pretty good deal for the Complete Edition. If this is on sale on the PlayStation Store, it's usually down to $15, but on the physical side of things, a little bit more difficult to find it at this compelling of a price point, so I did want to give that a shout as well. But that's going to conclude this video. Again, Quantum Error Dev is saying that the game is going to run at 4K 60 FPS, no problem. Side-scrolling action platformer Fallen Knight is coming to PS4 in Q1 of 2021. Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory might be coming November 13th. Western Digital 2TB external at $55, and Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition at $17. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.